Hi, everyone. Welcome back to another episode of High Heels to Happy Feels. I'm Stephanie,
And I'm Natalie.
and we're with Immersive Spirit. And this week, we are going off the rails a little bit. We are just going to talk about manifestation and astrology because they're hot topics everywhere. We're seeing courses and offerings and freebies and coupons and things and things and things. And we're like, we know we're doing it, but I kind of joked with Natalie a little bit ago. I'm like, well, it's probably because six out of the seven planets are aligned. So, yeah. So let's talk about why is it hot? Why is astrology and why is manifestation the big things right now? Your thoughts?
I don't know. It's so very strange because like immersive spirit, our whole goal is about living intentionally.
Mm-hmm.
So we've been doing like lunar practices and like some psychic development, intuitive stuff um through living intentionally. And manifesting and astrology just kind of fit in that. But now I'm seeing it being offered as like one-offs everywhere.
Yeah.
And I just don't get it. And I don't know if so many people are starting to want to live intentional. Like maybe we showed up at like exactly the right time.
And I guess that's possible. Be very cool to think that spirit just aligned us so tight that it was just bing.
It's
It
just so weird.
doesn't help with the business side of it when there's so much everybody doing the same thing, but at the same time, how cool would it be for everyone to be living authentically and embracing manifestation and astrology and understanding the importance of all of it at the same time?
So true. But okay, so you bring up one of our I don't know, is that an ego point? Is that a anyway, it's a point where it's like, but how do I fit into this? And how do we survive and make money? Like we're not trying to get rich. We just want to help people.
Right. But it's still a
But
job.
you're looking at it like it's our job, it's competitive, but you have to remember the world is not a piece of pie. It's not a pie. Like we don't get a share. There's infinite amount of things.
Right.
Like
And
it's
that,
endless
and
and
you're right.
everybody
And that's
needs to
such a
get
good
help.
point. And it's not like we're going to run out of folks that no one does. We don't run out of folks. We don't run out of people to go and look for when we want mentoring or we want to learn more or all that. We go look. So we just are on the other end of it at times where it's like we're the ones being looked for, I guess. But it's so wild when you look at the trends, what's popular. And
Yeah.
that those are the big ones right now.
Sorry about my camera. Like I can't get comfortable, so I'm
It's
just
all good.
to look like I got halos and shit going on.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
We're being really off the rails this weekend, everybody. Fun.
my room is frozen because I've been taping this morning. Anyway, and I think all good and valid points. The thing is I'm glad that there's so much need for it,
Yeah.
that there's so much content starting to come. Whether they take our like so our manifestation course, I can speak to that. You can speak to astrology because that's kind of how we have it set for instruction right now. Not that we both don't know what we're doing in the other one. It's just
Right.
how we're
Yeah,
working
we're
right now.
teaching them. Yeah.
Right, because we got to get stuff done because people need this content. But our manifestation course is all really about how the science works and the different scientists that are actually they don't back the manifesting piece, but they're like, yeah, that makes sense in this vein
Right.
of science.
Right.
So we start there and then we step through different tools and how we look at those things and different meditations and visualizations and really kind of plugging in the pieces that we want to manifest in our life. And it's kind of like a training program. It's intense, it's hardcore, and there's a lot of information. And I'm not going to say it's not expensive because it is, but that's because I think it's worth it. I mean,
Right.
and I'm not going to go out and compare our stuff to other courses, like
No,
what I've done for us.
everybody's different.
And I
Everybody's
think
different.
people will align to where they're supposed to be.
Right. I agree. I agree. And
Tell
I
us a little
do.
about astrology.
Well, and I agree. I just want to say on the manifestation course, there is a lot of content and it is a heavy, deep
Super heavy, yeah.
journey. So it's absolutely it's worth so much more than even what we're asking for it in my opinion. But it's beautifully done. The astrology one, I love astrology. You love astrology. I mean, we're giddy. We're going to be watching all the planets tonight lined up, and that's just so cool where we're at right now. But it's the astrology just anybody who's ever looked at their horoscope, which is most everybody in the world, it seems like at some point has looked and said, oh, yeah. And your birth sign. Everybody knows their zodiac, right? Everyone knows their zodiac.
Their sun sign, yeah.
Right. And so they don't no one equates it to astrology. They just know, oh, my birthstone is such and such, and my zodiac sign is such and such. And it's like, oh, well, have you looked into why your crystal is relevant for your sun sign or your moon sign or your ascendant? And that's where the astrology piece, I think, is so much fun because it just is so spot on as people really examine and go and look at what their sun sign is, what that moon sign, with me, for example, my sun sign being in Scorpio, my moon sign being Capricorn, and my ascendant being in Gemini. It's spot on. If I actually start breaking it down and then looking at all the different pieces, it's like I'm always been 90% Scorpio. I always thought I was Scorpio. And then over the years developed into understanding moon and ascendant and so on and it's a lot. And then you dig into the houses. And where is my compassion? Where is my love of family? Where does that sit here? What planets are aligned at that time? It's deep. And it's like reading a dictionary of yourself.
And you know what I really appreciate about our astrology, and you're kind of hitting it on the head as you're talking about it, is that, like I mentioned at the beginning, and Steph and I say this all the time, Immersive Spirit is all about living intentionally.
Yes, yes, yes.
So our courses, we don't define them so you can go out and teach these courses to other people. Not that you couldn't. We could totally support you in that and learning that
Absolutely.
content. But we bring it to you for your development of your intuition and how you're going to live your best life and how are you going to live intentionally. So while there's a lot of courses out there that can take you through and tell you what that moon sign means and tell you what the Steph and I are like really going to talk to you about what that moon sign means to you in your house on this date, on this, and it's going to be you that's going to matter to us.
Yeah.
We want you to understand the topics for sure, but we want it to matter to your life. And that's the same thing for manifesting. We can teach you all about the science. The reason I'm teaching you the science is because I want you to be able to, when you're sitting down doing a heart brain coherence meditation, you understand why you're doing it for your personal life.
Right.
You're not trying to teach it to somebody else. Again, not that we couldn't support you.
Well, and the thing is, all of our tools you can take and teach, right? Anybody can,
Yeah.
I don't want to say anybody can do that. Not everybody loves to teach or be in a public forum. So it's not for everyone. But anyone can take content, memorize content, and repeat content. That's all well and good. And that's great. And if that's your goal, is memorization and a little bit of application, but more about just having that tacit knowledge, sweet. There's so many great tools out there. But you're right. We're more about the experience and how is it applicable to me? And not me personally, but me as in the user. How is it applicable in my life? How is it applicable in the things that I do every day? How is it I'm manifesting? And we don't mean just I am 115 pounds. I am blah, 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 which would be really skinny. I am, whatever. It's more than that. Because as Nat said, there's science behind it. There's different thought process behind it. There's different ways of living within that manifestation that are so important. And that's where we come in and go, okay, step deeper, because we're here about that self-development. That's what we love, is getting into the weeds. And that's our problem, which is why we start like 6 courses at one time and then we can't finish anything because
Right, because then we're like, well, wait, what about let's tell them a little bit about their human
let's
design number. And
right,
it's like,
let's do
oh,
this. And then it becomes 15 chapters and we're like, son of a biscuit. We got to kick this back
Well,
down.
and then
This
we
is
can't even price it appropriately because we have
no.
18,000 things that,
Right. And we don't want anything so overpriced people can't consume it or be
no,
a part of it and understand.
and it may
So,
not be important to them the way we think
right.
about it. Yeah.
Right.
So
But to us it was like, oh, that's really important. And then we have to figure out how to scale it back. And so the monkeys get loose, just like the squirrels get loose in our podcast. They're all over the place. They're just go.
we have a
Um,
damn circus, folks. We're trying to
right.
keep it under control.
Right. And as we come out with our year mentoring program, and that is a conversation, but as that comes out and comes into fruition, then it's a different subject, right? Then it's all game on because all of those little nooks and crannies and squirrels in our head will probably be barfing up all over the people that want to take any kind of
Well, and the thing is I'm so excited for that because the year-long mentoring, that's going to be so rich and
Mhm.
so full of so much content.
Giant.
But I keep trying to get all the other things out of the way so I
I
can
know.
just be so focused on that. And I know that that's not how we're going to live through that year.
Nope.
Like, as we develop it with the first folks that are taking it,
Our
it's,
beta group. Yeah.
yeah, our beta group, it's just going to be, it's going to be a lot. And we're just going to have to be like, we already work two full-time jobs. This will be just like working three.
I know.
And it's going to
Because
be great.
because it's going to be but you're right because it includes all of our content. It includes the mentoring. It includes you know, a monthly meeting where we're sitting with them and reading or practicing or scrying or doing whatever it is we're going to do, right? Whether it's playing with the tools that we love that are based in Wicca and witchcraft and paganism, or whether it's um looking at the elements and looking at the native principles or sitting in meditation and being reflective. All of those different things are included. It's going to be so cool. I'm so excited,
Yeah,
but it's a
like,
lot. And how do
and the
we
thing
settle
is the more
down
we
to say,
talk, the more it gets like shamanism studies and the Akashic records and the
oh, I
stuff that
know.
we do that we've never really thought to teach about until people are like, well, if you know that, why aren't you telling us?
Right. We want to know that too. And it's like, oh,
Okay, well, let me figure out how I'm going to
or
bring
they
that.
know it. They don't know it the way, but they like the way we do it. So some people
Right.
know a
Like
lot of this
however
already.
that all comes together.
Right. Yeah. Oh boy.
I know.
But
Okay.
you're right, because what's going to happen is we're going to get in this program and then we're going to be like, ooh, we need a course about this and about this and you're right, we're going to be doing 3 full-time jobs. That's okay.
At
It'll
least
be
we love what we
awesome
do.
because I'm super excited. And our pilot group, our first group of people that we're going to be mentoring with for the first year, or to kick it off anyway, and then we'll see how many months we get into it before we offer it publicly. But I'm so jacked about it. I'm so jacked. Anyway, I digress because it really is the manifestation course and the astrology course are our big live type things that really kick this off for us to kick it up a notch. And I think it's just such an important time in there's so much going on right now in the world in general, just
There is.
everywhere. And in the United States, it's been an interesting and very colorful, active week. And it's a very, very good time to embrace your spiritual side.
Well,
Settle
and I
in.
think that might be a lot why people are looking to live more intentionally or manifest their own destiny or look at the stars because stars are kind of more of a predictive analysis. You can look at those and you can transit them and see how that's going to impact you.
Yeah,
So there's a lot of powerful things, and living intentionally is making choices. So I think that where we're at has a lot to do with how people are transitioning into living more intentionally for themselves.
agreed. Agreed. Because it is a heavy time and people want to have a feeling of some sort of control. And when your stars and things do not tell your fate. They draw a map,
Oh, right now.
but we are all, of course,
They give you the energy stamp, right?
exactly. They give you the layout. Here's your map. And if you follow this map precisely, here's exactly how it's going to play out for you. But everyone has a say as to are you going on to the left or the right when you come up to that little fork in the road for your path.
Free will. Yeah.
Yep, absolutely.
The other thing that I think is really driving this above, which is the chaos of the freaking environment that we now live in,
Mm-hmm.
uh, is a lot of scientists are coming forward and being like, yeah, that's totally real. Like remote viewing. I know that was released like they started in the 70s. They acknowledged it in 95. But now people are like podcast, like you and I do remote viewing, not to the level that the CIA people got paid for it. I mean, we
Right.
remote view and we don't sneak into anybody's houses. Let's be
Uninvite.
clear.
No, 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 we don't.
But like the acknowledgement of the aliens in front of Congress,
Congress.
and the
Mhm.
acknowledgement that manifesting really is science-based, like
Yes.
epigenetics and the realities and the like all
Crystals
of the
and
scientists
the
starting
link
to
to
come
all.
forward and being like, yeah, this is kind of true,
Yep.
I think is maybe it's opening people's minds to the possibility that we really kind of do control our reality.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Science, it's not science or spirituality, it's science and spirituality
Yeah.
because it really is.
Can we do a podcast about that?
Oh, I think we did.
It's named that, I think.
We probably did. We do.
Ah, okay. Yeah. Anyway,
Uh-huh. I think we did. Yeah. Huh. Anyway,
funny that we mentioned that now.
whatever. But it's still relevant. And the thing is it's more relevant even now than it was. I mean, it becomes every day. All these things that you're seeing, I mean, we know, for example, and we did talk about it. Excuse me, because we talked about Ronald Reagan having an astrologer and never signing contracts during a void of course moon or anything like that, making big decisions.
Barack Obama, same thing.
Barack
He
Obama,
still
same
follows
thing.
her on socials today.
They both what?
He still follows her on socials today.
Really?
Mhm.
Wow.
Yeah.
See,
Yeah. Like it's serious. Like there's
it is,
people
but
seriously,
the science is there.
and you
It's
use it for your best self.
right.
How is that not good?
Right. It doesn't it's all about, like you said, it's living intentionally. So you're using it to set intention, manifest what you want, move forward. Yeah.
Speaking of living intentionally, so Steph and I, we had so many courses that we wanted to get in front of people and people who were already part of our community. And so we wanted to get specific things done for them. So we finally backed up the boat and we got our 6 week like basic starting to live intentionally course. And I'm really kind of proud how it's coming together. I think probably by next week, don't you think it'll be
I think so.
available?
Yeah.
But it's amazing because it walks you in through learning to heal, learning to listen to yourself, learning to like it steps you through all of these really cool things in connection with spirit and intuition and how to work with divination and the seasonal cycles all in 6 weeks and
Yeah.
like amazing. And I'm so excited to get that like available and start adding that because I think people are going to find a lot of value in that too,
I do
which is
too.
a great starting place for people who are like astrology seems
Hard to understand.
yeah, like 15 years ago, 20 years ago, when we weren't living intentionally and we just kind of started into practice because we are already spiritual people,
Right.
like we weren't going to go zero to astrology or zero to manifesting. And this is that 6 week course that
Yeah.
brings you 0 to 60, and
Uh-huh.
then you jump off from there.
Yep. This is your gateway.
Yeah, gateway. It's a
It's
gateway drug.
it is. It is. It's a total gateway drug because every little bit of it's going to take you just a little to go, okay, now we've talked scrying. Now we've talked tarot. Now we've talked, you know, oh, I love this manifestation piece. Ooh, I love this, how we're doing divination and we're doing, what are we doing next? Journaling, all these different things and just a little bit here and there. And then pretty soon you're like, I want the whole pie. And
Right.
it be,
And
and it
that's where you
becomes
end up.
it becomes instead of a sorry folks, it's your bag of chips or it's your bag of M&Ms. You can't just eat one.
No.
And that's what this is going to do for you. And at least we hope because it is so cool and it's just so much content. We're
Well,
pretty
and it
happy about it.
opens the world. You start seeing things in such a different way
Yeah.
when you live intentionally and you start being mindful and like all of the things that you get from that course. It's a lot. It's a lot. It's very heavy,
Uh-huh.
but oh my God, so worth it and so cheap. Like
I know. It's
freaking
really
cheap.
cheap. I mean,
Anyway,
30, what is it? $37?
it's like 37 or 47 bucks. Anyway,
Yeah.
like I had
Cheap.
it marketed against a price analysis and it was like 120. So anyway,
Right.
I digress.
And we're
That
like,
doesn't
but
have to
we
be on the
want
podcast.
people.
We can talk about that later.
The thing is, it's not. yes, we recognize that we're not always doing everything for our best interest in terms of profit, but at the same time,
No, but we're here to
some
help
things
people,
need to get out.
and we
Some
are
things
achieving
have
that.
to be shared. And
Yes.
if we can
Agree.
find a way to share that with a big, broad audience so that everybody can be a part of it, then that is success.
It's all about community, folks, and learning and
Ex-
trusting each other and building
Exactly.
and living your life intentionally. Like
Yep.
we're gonna die on that mountain,
Oh, yeah, we
living
are.
intentionally.
Yeah, we are. Just kind of like our free stuff. We've got all those YouTube free videos and stuff going right now, but they're just navigating, living intentionally, the manifesting, the working with your spirit guide. They're just
Well,
free little mini series to just it's wet your noodle, find out ways to do this, and then let's dive deeper, right? And let's go. Yeah.
well, and that's how we measure our success.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
giving
Anyway,
away the farm, but that's okay. All right. So
whatever.
what else do we have? Okay, so we have the crazy astrology and manifesting,
Uh-huh.
uh,
Yep.
cultural and media influencers. So yeah, everybody just seems to be piling
Oh my God.
into this direction.
Everybody and their brother. It's fun. It's just like, but you know, I'll just say be wary of those that are fly by night. That's all.
Oh, there are certainly scam
'Cause
artists. Just
there,
like when it rains and roof people show up.
right. Yeah, there's a lot of the strange, you know, whatever. And then of course those that are gonna pop out and your trolls that are lovely joining the conversation of you're going to hell. Okay.
Oh yeah,
And,
and we have people on our Facebook page that actually put that we've stolen money from them or
oh my God. And we
like,
don't even know who
no,
the
we
hell
don't
they
even know
are.
you.
I'm like, there's
So
somebody in a
yeah,
different country who
this
you've
world
never
is
spoke
crazy.
with, and you're like, are you out of your effing mind? I don't even know who you are. Block. And we
Yeah.
report as spam, and we have to do all this crap because it's like, are you kidding?
To
And they
say
do
that
it in
we
a
did
different language, so we have to translate it first too. We don't even speak. I'm like, I don't speak Spanish. What are you talking about? At least not well.
no,
Not
we've been introduced to a world that we didn't really quite understand, and we didn't like we've always just had sovereignty and respect for other people. So it's strange to come into a world where people just treat each other like we don't exist.
right.
It's very hmm.
It's
Anyway,
a
we're getting used to it though, so we're
well,
blocking them
that's why, that's why my statement around watch out for the haters. Watch out for those that really aren't out for your
for
best
real.
interest, or be alert for your own best interest. Just be awake because there is a lot with all the social media, all the different ways people can scam and, phishing and smishing and vishing and all the different ways that you're able to go and do and grab and scam people. It's scary. And it happens to all of us. I mean, we all get the little emails and nasty stuff and you just put it in junk. When in doubt, go directly to the people's website, look for reputation stuff, find an email that you can contact people directly, and then get more information and see if they're the real deal so that you know if that's somebody you want to work with. Because
Yeah,
that's
don't let the intolerable crap that happens out there in social media deter you from stepping forward to living intentionally because truly that is where the diamonds are. That is the gold of our lives is the decisions we get to make, the choices. And there's so much that we can learn that's going to help us guide us on this path. Like don't give up because the trolls or
yes.
just find your people, find your purpose. And that may not be us, might be us. And we'd be happy to have you, but just please continue on your path.
I love it. And that's so well said about finding the diamond, right? The diamond's there, but you got to dig through a lot of rock sometimes, and that is unfortunate. But yeah, just keep searching, find it, find it, find it, find it, dig. I love that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, short and sweet. I know we talked a lot about what we're offering, but we found it really interesting that manifestation and astrology are like the hot trending things, and
with
We
both of
offer
our
them.
courses coming up. Like that is, it
Yeah,
is so
astrology's
weird.
tomorrow. I have a live offering tomorrow for astrology, and it's the basics, right? The core triad and the well, actually, we're both doing it, and I shouldn't say I because it's
No,
both of
you
us.
are. I'm
But
not, yeah, I'll be there, but
oh yeah, but yeah, don't get Natalie wrong. She's astrology better than me, but we're doing the core triad, we're doing the houses, we're doing the five active planets and really where those fit into your chart. We do talk a little bit about the outer planets and the future astrology offerings we'll have for like 2 and 3 and so on. We'll get more into the aspects and digging into bigger pieces of astrology. But this is the baseline you need to understand your chart. And we guide you on where to go download that chart for free. If you're joining tomorrow, just because it is a limited number that is being accepted, I'll happily use my software and get you your chart as well. So, yeah. And then
awesome.
and then manifestation starts February 8th,
18th is
18th.
when the class opens, but that's going to be, so you go through the course content and then we're going to have like manifestation circles. The course content's actually going to be available to you each week to take. We were going to do live. It's just too much to try to coordinate across 6 weeks to make sure
Right, with
everybody's.
that many people and making sure most people can join. Yeah, because we want this to be available to everybody and not be limited because you can't join. We could record it, but there's something to be said for those live sessions. So the Q&As and those type of things we tried to align better for more people's schedules. So yeah,
Yeah,
this
we'll
way, if we
figure it
just
out.
limit it to one live session each each time, then that makes it a little easier. So, yep. Sweet. Well, a lot going on for everybody. We know it was an interesting week historically here in the United States. So just stay grounded, live intentionally, breathe deep.
And if you're not in the United States, protect yourself from us by grounding. I would.
Well, maybe not from us particularly, but yeah,
Us, as in the US.
right? Yeah, us, the
Protect
U.S.
yourself from
us.
us.
It's an amazing country. We're blessed to be here, but there are some interesting things afoot
There's
for
some
sure.
strangeness going
There is
on.
some
Yeah.
strangeness. So stay tuned for another fun week ahead. And we are very grateful to have had you here. From Immersive Spirit, I'm Stephanie.
I'm Natalie.
And another episode of High Heels to Happy Feels. We'll see you next week, everybody. Bye bye.